Have you ever wondered which education companies actually hire teachers? Today, I'm going to share with you 4 education companies that I personally know hire former teachers. I'm Carrie Conover, the founder of Educators to Educators and the creator of Classroom to Boardroom. Classroom to Boardroom helps teachers, principals, educators go from the classroom to working for their favorite education company. I know which companies hire teachers because the 4 I'm going to share today have hired my students. Let's get started with the first company I want to tell you about, Discovery Education. I worked at Discovery Education as a director of customer success. Almost 5 years ago, I left there to begin Educators to Educators. But let me tell you, I would have stayed working at Discovery Education my whole career had it not been for wanting to go out on my own and begin this journey. Discovery Education hires former educators because they know that teacher and educator and principal voice is so essential in building tools that are truly going to help students, teachers, schools, and school districts. Scott Kenny, the current CEO of Discovery Education, is a former educator. He was a coordinator of educational technology for a school district. That just proves to you right there, the heart of what is at DE is the teacher. If you need proof that Discovery Education is currently hiring former teachers into their workforce, in the last 2 months, Discovery Education has hired 4 of my Classroom to Boardroom students. Not only that, while I worked at Discovery Education as a former teacher myself, I worked with people like Katie House, Rachel Van Aken, Deanne Rotfield, Lauren Benefico, Anya Dudek, Josh Truman, Chris McCormick, Nellie Fisher. These are all people that are working at Discovery Education, and the list doesn't stop there, believe me. But those are all people I personally worked with that are all former educators. My advice to you is to keep your eye on that Discovery Education career board and look for your next dream position. If you're a current Classroom to Boardroom student and you're interested in any of those roles that you see on their career board, please reach out to me personally so we can give you a personal introduction to their hiring team. The link to the DE career board is below. The second company that I personally know hires former educators is eSpark Learning, the company that I first worked for after I left the classroom. eSpark Learning is led by David Vinca, one of my favorite human beings on this planet. I got to watch David Vinca, the founder and CEO, grow eSpark in some of its earliest years. David is a true believer in teachers and schools and public education. He did his research before he built eSpark by speaking to tons of teachers and hearing what problems they were facing. And one of the number one problems that he heard from all of these educators was that it is so hard to differentiate and serve the needs of every student in your classroom. So he set out to build a great product to help every student learn at their level and at their pace while giving teachers incredible data about student learning. I personally started my career outside of the classroom at eSpark as a partnership manager. In this role, I did everything from implementation, device setup, customer service, customer success, and renewals of customers. Take a look at this picture. It was from back in the good old days where I actually was in charge of creating a social work event. This is one of those painting parties. Everyone circled in this picture is a former educator. One thing to note about eSpark Learning is recently eSpark received $25 million in funding to help grow its mission. When companies are infused with money, that usually means that there's going to be hiring happening quickly after that. So keep an eye on that job board. I'll link it below for careers at eSpark Learning. And once again, if you're a C2B member, a current member, reach out to me if you're interested in any of those roles, and I'll give you a personal introduction. The third company that I know hires teachers is Edpuzzle. Quinn, the co-founder of Edpuzzle, is someone that I have spoken to quite a few times. He's an incredible leader. Once again, that heart of really wanting to help teachers and students. I know Edpuzzle believes in hiring former educators because recently I introduced one of my friends, Allie, to the co-founder of Edpuzzle, and she's helped them build an SEL curriculum while she still works full-time in the classroom. What a dream job, right? But if you look at Edpuzzle, they have lots of roles currently on their career board that are perfect for a teacher who maybe wants to work as a contract worker or part-time or even full-time and transition completely out of the classroom. Listen, a leader like Quinn knows you have to have teachers by your side building an amazing product. Fourth company that I know hands down hires teachers is Skillstruck. Parker Gentry, the CEO of Skillstruck, also believes that you have to have educators by your side to build an incredible product. Parker and his team built Skillstruck, a product that's helping bringing coding into schools. And the thing I like about Skillstruck is the teacher who uses Skillstruck in their classroom doesn't have to know how to code themselves. They've built it to support teachers who have no idea how to, code, but want to have their students learn how to code. And I think that's just a magical combination. Parker hires former teachers because he hired one of our first Classroom to Boardroom graduates, Marjorie Stahl. If you haven't listened to the Classroom to Boardroom podcast, by the way, I'll link that below too. You definitely should be listening to that podcast where I interview people like Marjorie who took Classroom to Boardroom and transitioned out of the classroom into the boardroom and is now working at Skillstruck as a customer success manager. I know Skillstruck hires educators. They're looking for former teachers who have left the classroom and are looking to launch their career in ed tech. I would aim at the 4 companies that I mentioned today: Discovery Education, eSpark Learning, Edpuzzle, and Skillstruck. I'll wrap it up with saying that I would work for any of these 4 companies. I already worked for 2 of them, knowing their leaders, their product, and the belief that teachers' voice matters. I would work at all 4 of those companies tomorrow. Until next time, my friends, keep teaching if you're teaching, keep hunting for that job, and most of all, remember that I'm in your corner. Please like and subscribe to this channel. I could really use your help in growing this brand new channel. And if you're interested in Classroom to Boardroom, here's the link below to sign up.